1,000-metre dash for race number 4. It's the first leg of the triple trio. It's a Class 4 contest as well, headed by Mr. Right. Drops back into Class 4 company. Speedy King, course and distance winner on debut. Humble Steed. He was beaten a long way on his debut. That was on the all-weather behind Ugly Warrior. Dr. Proactive, runner-up course and distance last time out behind Peace Combination. Pearly Treasure makes his debut, the 3-year-old Peace Combination. Of course, that last start's a win. Lunar Zephyr, 4th behind Peace Combination. Elegance Promise, another horse to leave Frankie Laws, makes a first start for Almond Lee.
Yeah, they should go pretty quickly in this race. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out in reality as it does on paper, but Lunar Zephyr will definitely go forward, as indeed will Peace Combination. Lucky, the late starter. He's slightly more debatable. One that's not is Mr. Right, but he's got a pretty wide draw, so he'll be trying to spear into a good early position, and I think he'll be adding the pace wide.
Let's take a look at the unbeaten Speedy King with Neil Callan aboard. Neil will be taking the ride. He's drawn in barrier number 10. It looks a bit awkward on paper, but he sat in on debut back in late October. Was quite impressive in the way he hit the line. He's improved a lot. I'd expect a big run. I think he's clearly the hardest to beat in the race. This is probably the main danger. Dr. Proactive, who ran a cracking race behind Peace Combination last start. Zach Burton's just kept him ticking over in the mornings. He's got the better barrier draw of the two on paper. But they're both nice horses going forward. And this is the newcomer, Pearly Treasure, by Charge Forward out of a Snippets mare. So he's bred for speed and he's got plenty of it as well. Don't be surprised if you see a bit of cracking pace from him early.
And he has drawn well, hasn't he? Barrier 2 for him. $2.6 million jackpot in the triple trio, so an estimated dividend here in the region of $5 million. It all starts here. And we're going to start with Neil Callan, who rode Speedy King to victory on debut.
Neil, Speedy King, nice win from him on debut. You've ridden him since. How's he come through that run? Yeah,
he feels like to me he's improved a bit physically and mentally. He's got sharper as well, so he's put on quite a bit of weight after that win. But he's doing everything right, nice and progressive, but obviously he's got a tricky draw, but we'll have to just make do with that and see what happens.
What would you like to do from there, or what do you think you'll have to do?
You know, there's going to be a lot of speed, I suppose. If he jumps clean and he shows natural speed, then I'll just let him roll forward. But, you know, I think he won from a difficult position last time. I know he had a good draw, but he still came from a difficult position behind a wall of horses. But, you know, we'll just have to make do. Like, look, if he jumps well, I'd like to be forward on him. If he doesn't, then we'll just have to use our head and see what happens. But he's a nice horse.
Was it always a plan, too, for him to have a bit of time between runs?
I don't know. You better ask Ricky that. I'm sure he thinks he likes him, so he didn't rush him. But, yeah, look, he's only a young horse, so he's given him enough time to develop in between. So, but I think it's benefited.
Yeah, still a long way to go to the end of the season. He was well found. He was favourites on debut. One of his main rivals here may well be Dr. Proactive. Couldn't quite get the better of Peace Combination last time out. You've got Lunar Zephyr finishing down the outside, and Dr. Race in here too. Yeah,
and I think the way the race is going to be run could well suit Dr. Race, who has managed to thunder home off the back of a strong pace before over the 1,000 metres. Peace Combination, he's a difficult horse to find, but he was found on this particular occasion, only his second career win. And yeah, you wouldn't be surprised at all if Dr. Proactive can really step up on that performance.
I think Peace Combination with Mr. Right in the race, that could be just a little bit against him. He won't get it as soft up on the speed.
All right, Sylvester de Sosa in the saddle on that occasion. One first starter here then, Pearly Treasure. What have we seen? Do we like what he's been doing in the trials?
The trials have been okay. As I said, Andrew, he's another one that's got pace too, so it gives Peace Combination a few issues, I think, on the speed. I haven't liked the last little bits of his trials, which have been the concern, so I think he'll be up there, but he'll weaken out for me on debut.
Yeah, 3 barrier trials in Australia, just the 2 so far here in Hong Kong. Happy Valley as well. He will get a good position. Just a question of whether he'll see the race out. I haven't got him in the numbers, but I did think about it for a while.
He's only a small chap too, Andrew.
$20 at the moment. That's Pearly Treasure. So the first leg of the
WD-40 here, I think.
First leg of the TT, Brett, Speedy King is our favourite.
Yeah, I think, as we heard from Neil there, Andrew, he's just improved a lot since that first up performance. I think there's a number of horses in this race that are going to improve with more experience in racing, and the 2 and the 7 are primarily the ones I'm focusing on. Speedy King from Dr. Proactive. Dr. Race coming back to 1,000 with Karis aboard, I think will hit the line well. Lunar Zephyr. But I'm happy to go the 2-7Q. I think they're the 2 standouts for me.
Yeah, similar numbers for me here, but I'm going to take a little bit of a chance on that speed map that we showed you earlier on, eventuating, and there'll be plenty of pace in this race, and that'll suit Dr. Race, who from gate 12 last time as well really thundered home. He made up a lot of ground in the latter stages. He's not necessarily the type of horse to really take advantage of gate 1, but he still should be able to position up better than he did in his last race, and I think he's come into the boil nicely. Speedy King, if he'd drawn slightly better, I'd be very keen on him, and he still could well be much the best of these in time. Dr. Proactive is clearly improving. Mr. Right, down in this particular class and distance and grade, has won 4 times from 7 starts. Tricky draw with pace under him, but don't be surprised if he runs well. Now he's back down in class 4.
All right, there you go. Yeah, and I've got those top 2 as well, Speedy King and Dr. Proactive. I think they're the two to fight it out.